So can I interject and ask a quick question? Why I think everybody like to know. Did the Marley family have nothing to do with this?
No, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they didn't have anything to do with it, because it's the Marley's premises. It's tough gung. If you are your people, you know, you gotta know what you're doing.
So basically, it's the security.
Yeah.
Trending TV! Catch that one, yeah.
Welcome back to the channel, my people. So, Amari finally come and gave me the interview, my people. So basically, the most important thing, Bob Marley and the Marley family have nothing to do with this, my people. That was my problem. That's why I wanted the interview. So let's jump into it now, my people. So basically, Amari called. Amari called from me. I don't think those people exist. I don't know. Rats and Bat. Anybody know of anybody, any individual go by the name of Rats and Bat? Sybil. We should say David. David need to come forward and Sybil need to come forward to come help out that story. Yeah. I kind of buy it, but when we check some date, it really not add up. Yeah. It not add up, my people, but we still have to give her the benefit of the doubt because she has tell her story and we still have to carry to now and make her leave in the thought in the comment section. Or it can be a book, you know. Because I think one of the time Amari say Bob Dreamer and tell her say something like that. I don't remember, my people. But I'm just putting part of this interview. The full interview of me interviewing Amari is going to be on One Trending TV. Yes, my people. But remember, all nobody come in the comment section, come bash me. Me just do this entertainment purpose. I am not a professional of doing an interview. Me no win for the Williams. I'm not the fix. I'm just a young man. He's a farmer, so I guess we better stick to farming. So, but Amari walk me through the entire saga that she talked about pertaining how she got RAPE and escape, and then who helped her escape. RAPE. No, they didn't do that. I think she fell in love with one of the kidnappers and started a relationship. Yes, my people. So let's jump into the video. Remember to like and share and tell a friend about this interview. I think this interview is better than this interview. Amari, but big up yourself, Amari, and thanks to the interview. And I'm gonna put this part on this channel and the full video gonna be on One Trending TV, people. So big up on the nice screen self. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, watch Trending JA, and you can go on the next channel and subscribe on One Trending TV. And my people, I'm gonna post a link in this video about upcoming channel for a friend. But I think it's gonna do well. Then What's Poppin' Jamaica. I just want you guys to go over there and subscribe. I think it's gonna be one of the top channel out of Jamaica. Yeah. So just go over. I'm gonna put the link in the description, and you guys just go over there and subscribe. Okay, big up on the nice screen sense, and thanks for the support. Let's jump into the video.
Beautiful. So, you know, your voice will just add to the, you know, okay. Yeah.
Alright, just give me a second. Let me just pull you up on my laptop on Instagram. I can get this. Okay?
Okay.
I can do it on the phone.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Because I'm looking
that's you.
beautiful, so, you know, your voice will just add to the, okay. But are you going to play the Instagram while we're doing this? Because I think it will affect it if we're doing it by phone. Okay.
You hear me now?
Yes, I hear you well.
Okay, good morning. Let's do this.
Good morning. Yeah.
So how are you this morning, Amari?
I am not well. Come like I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death.
Okay. I'm watching you for the past couple of years now, but what really caught my attention is the way you bring across your point and so on. But I notice you always mention something that happened at our
Tuff Gung Studio. Yeah, it's TUFF Gung Studio. Yeah.
Yeah. And I always wonder if this lady keep on saying this, something either go like that or something nearly go like that. Okay?
Yeah.
So before I get into the question, do you mind, how old are you?
I'm 53 years old. I'll be 54 July the 22nd.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about your childhood when you was growing up.
Well, I was conceived in the Bahamas, but my mom went to Jamaica and gave birth to me. She went to Jamaica a couple of weeks before it was time to give birth to me. And shortly after I was born, she returned to the Bahamas, and I was left to be raised by my grandmother. My grandmother did try to unite me back with my mother. She brought me to the Bahamas to unite with her, but my grandmother said that I cried so much that they decided to bring me back to Jamaica. When she was leaving, I cried so much, and so my mom asked her to take me back to Jamaica. So I was raised by my grandparents in Jamaica, and and that's it, you know.
Oh, you know the reason why I asked you that question?
Mm-hmm.
I asked you that question because if you answer that question any different way, you would be lying, because I'm watching you and you explained that already. So you're not lying.
No.
So all right now, you left St. Mary, right?
Yeah.
Heading to, coming to Kingston. You're gonna buy your first
my first song.
Song that you written.
Yeah, Ghetto
right?
Child. Yeah.
Okay. So we are Top Gang Studio outside of the gate. When you reach at the gate, what happened?
I can just tell you what I remember. I remember a good encounter there where I went there and I was introduced to Ziggy Marley. And yes, Ziggy Marley was pretty young, but he was in the office. It seems to be his office. And that is not strange for rich people, you know, to have their kids in an office. That is not strange. He was sitting around the decks, you know, and to me, I don't remember him being as young as me, but I just remember Ziggy Marley and him looking so handsome, you know.
Okay, so how old did he look at the time that you saw him?
Well, the thing about me, why I was able to travel, go to town, and nobody was worried about this little girl is, although I was about 12, I would look like 15, 16. Because from a young age, I always dress in my boots and leather and jacket, although I'm in Jamaica. And at that time, I wore makeup, so I look older than my age. So, excuse me. So, I'm doing an interview, please. So, I looked like I was about 15, 16. Remembering Ziggy Marley, you can tell that he was pretty young, but he didn't look like 21 or all of that. You know, he looked like he was around the same age. He looked like he about maybe 15, you know, but he looked, all I'm seeing is Bob Marley's son. That's all I'm remembering. Bob Marley's son. You get me? So all kind of things running through your brains, but I did not see a big man. No, I didn't see that.
So, can you remember how long you was at the studio before you realized that you're not going to be able to see Bob Marley?
No. That particular day seems to have been a different day in regards to my memory. But the day when the incident happened to me, I went to the studio. This time, the security guard did not let me in.
So hold on. How much time you went to the studio before the incident happened?
At least one time, because I do remember meeting Ziggy Marley. And
oh, so before the incident happened, you have met with Ziggy Marley before?
Yes, and it was a beautiful encounter. He treated me so well, you know, and he allowed me to be in the office too. So that encouraged me to want to become like Bob Marley, to want to become a singer. Ziggy Marley had hair of grace, just legendary. Imagine you allowing a young lady to come into the studio and let the people show me around the studio, and it's I'll always remember that day.
Okay, totally understand. So in a part of the video, you said the security came to you and told you that Bob Marley is not going to be here till I think about 6 months.
He didn't originally say that. Originally, he said that Bob Marley wasn't there. Because the second time I go back is to meet Bob Marley himself. The first time I wanted to meet Marley. Second time I go back to meet Bob Marley again. I already met Ziggy. I still want to meet Bob Marley. And so he told me that Bob Marley is not there. You know, so I said, okay, I'll wait for him. So I sat, but this time I realized I wasn't invited in. There were cars in and out. You know, I even saw, to be honest, Ziggy and all of them, they were driving that time. They're rich people kids.
Hold on. Of course, something just came to my mind. When you visit the studio, did anyone ask you if your parents is not looking for you or anything?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. At 12 years old, I always look 15. I always look older. I always dress older. No. Nobody says that.
Okay.
Plus, I don't know if you know that I'm very tall.
Yeah, you look about like 6'2".
No, I'm 5'9". On my passport, they say 5'11". But I'm super tall. If I'm in a room, I'm taller than everybody else. So you would think that I am older than I really am. So like I said, I went there the second time, and it was strange the way I was being treated the second time. It's basically, you don't have no access to come inside, but, you know, sometimes show me your company, I tell you who you are. You know, I was sparring with someone that my grandmother warned me about, Sybil. Although I carried myself a certain way, she didn't carry herself a certain way. She didn't act a certain way. You know, it wasn't too inviting, you know. She really was a different person than me. So even if you wanted me to come inside, you would not want her to come inside. I'm sorry, but it's the truth, Sybil.
Okay.
So they would not allow me to come inside.
Yeah, so I'm still back at the 6 month.
Right. He said he would be back. He said that he's not there, so I waited. And we went to town, and it was about, when we reached, about 1 o'clock. And we were there until about 6 o'clock, waiting. And when I saw the nightfall coming down, I said to the security guard, because I was willing to wait. It's Bob Marley who say, I don't want to wait in vain for your love. So I come to Kingston. I don't want to go back in vain. And so, you know, I said to him, if Bob Marley don't come yet, he said that Bob Marley's on tour. He will not be coming back till 6 months' time. And so I said, what? 6 months? Yeah.
So basically, you were comfortable at the studio then?
No, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't at the studio. I was outside. I wasn't allowed inside. I wasn't comfortable. I remember being on like this big tree and hot, sticky. I'm not comfortable, mosquito, but I want to see Bob Marley. I wasn't invited inside. I wasn't comfortable.
So, who feed you? You're 12-year-old. How do you get money?
I always have money. My family are foreigners. I come from a middle-class family. We always had money.
So, so you come from a middle-class family. Your family have money, and you're missing for 12 months. And hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you miss it for 12 months, so nobody came looking for you, or did your family?
I don't know if a police report was ever filed, but you have to remember that I told you.
I'm not talking about the police report. I'm just saying, nobody?
You have to remember I told you that my mom left me with my grandma at 6 weeks old. So my mother is in foreign. My father, I don't know if he had come to America yet, but all my family are foreigners. So it's just little old grandma me live with, you know, and Trevor, you know, my grandfather. It's old people I live with.
Well, I can relate it to that. When I was small, I leave and for weeks my parents cannot find me and nobody looking for me, so I understand that. And
then again, Jamaica is run away where you just gonna this or somebody yard, gonna that or somebody yard.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know.
I totally understand that. But,
yeah.
I'm not going to touch the part where you was molested or anything like that. But, I forgot the question, but, yeah. Let me see.
We were talking about...
The part, yeah, I remember now. The part that, when you was in captive for 1 year and someone helped you to escape, and then I think you said in your video that the same person that helped you to escape kidnap you again.
Yes.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So walk me through that, please.
But in regards to the beginning, there are some people who don't know the beginning. You want to inform them about how I got kidnapped?
Okay. Oh. You said you get kidnapped when you were, no. Walk me through how you get kidnapped in the first place.
Right. So when he said Bob Marley would not be back till 6 months, he told me that the buses aren't running anymore. I'm not going to get a bus to go home. So I should stay at this place, you know, and, you know, I will be accommodated, me and Sybil. So he gave us an address and told us to go to the house. And he later came to the house in the night.
Okay.
So we went to the house. You know, dogs are bark and I'm shouting and I'm calling and a man came. And I'm not going to hold back nothing. The man's name was Rats and Bats. And anybody in the music industry will, if you want to, you can come forth. Because I recently heard somebody mention his name. But the person whose house I went to, his name is Rats and Bats. Rats and Bats. And so he gave me a room to stay in, not realizing that that was his room. So he basically took charge, let me be in his room, and then Sybil got it. That house have like 5 bedrooms. I don't think I've ever been in all the rooms. Sybil had another room, and when the security guard came, you know, he and Sybil was in that room, and I was in his room. I had to sleep on his bed.
So can I interject and ask a quick question, but I think everybody like to know. Did the Marley family have nothing to do with this?
No, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they didn't have anything to do with it, because it's the Marley's premises. It's tough gung. If you are your people, you know, you gotta know what you're doing.
So basically, it's the security.
Yeah, the security guard is closely affiliated with them.
Okay.
And yesterday I was trying to remember a lot of things, because it's like since the Bob Marley movie came out, a lot of things keep coming at me, like flooding at me. And I just keep remembering this name, scientist. Like the guy that had something to do with it, like his name was Scientist.
Oh, so when you live in Jamaica and and you can do have a lot of skill. People refer to you as apprentice scientist and so on. So
yeah, but in the music industry, there were people, good producers that went by the name of scientists. Apart from just, you know, that's the name he went by. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a referral. That was the name he went by, scientist. That's what I remember.
Okay. So you were walking us through, or you got kidnapped and so on.
Right. So the other guy that you asked that kidnapped me, his name was White.
White. Okay. So, and they held you for 1 year.
It's over a year, but...
What's trending, JA, at the real TV? You don't know. RT Boss said that in a real life. Remember we rich, royal family. Keep on watch. What's trending, JA, in a real life prosperity thing.